years pass on the racist Zionist decision to annex the Golan as its people challenge the occupation by their attachment to their land. Large numbers of foreign terrorists, especially British and Germans, are in Manbij city in northern Syria. Syrian Arab army units and popular defense groups control Malah Farms and the south and western Handarat after eliminating large numbers of terrorists. Syrian participant Hazem al-Sharif is crowned in the Arab Idol. Good afternoon. 33 years have passed on the Zionist racial decision that dated back to December 14, 1981 on the annexation of the Syrian Golan, where this anniversary has become a challenge to the occupation, where the sons of the Syrian Golan confirm their attachment to each grain of soil of their land. This anniversary comes to reveal the Zionist entity's leading role of terrorism on Syria and the region through the adoption and sponsorship of Takfiri terrorists, ignoring the decisions of the international community, particularly the Security Council Resolution number 497, which considered imposing Israel to its laws on the occupied Golan, is null and void. The Israeli ambitions in Golan dates back to the establishment of the Zionist entity, as it was paving the way for it through its terrorism in Palestine, where the World Zionist Organization submitted a memorandum to the Supreme Council of Peace Conference in Paris in 1919, calling for the consideration of the Golan Heights as the water reservoir of the entity. Such a matter reveals that the Israeli gang leaders wanted not only from the Palestinian people, but also from Syria and the entire Arab region. The Zionist arbitrary policy of occupation, such as the destruction of homes and the displacement of people in June 1967 war, formed the Israeli approach to displace the residents of the Golan Heights by force, as what happened in Quneitra city. The people in the Golan stand today with their homeland and their state against terrorism and its sponsors in Israel, the Gulf, Turkey and the West, stressing that the determination of the Syrians will prevail on the Takfiris and their supporters. In Aleppo's countryside, Syrian Arab army units have pursued terrorists in the vicinity of Deir ez-Zor airport, killing tens of them and wounding many others. Moreover, army units have thwarted an infiltration attempt by a terrorist group, and units have killed scores of the armed terrorist groups and destroyed their dens and hideouts in eastern Ghoutas farms and villages in the Qalamun mountains. Other army units have continued their operations in Jober area east of Maysaloun roundabout, destroying the dens used by the terrorists and killing many of them. In the countryside, Syrian Arab army units killed tens of terrorists, among them leaders of terrorist organizations, most of whom are non-Syrians, after targeting their dens in the vicinity of El Junaydiyah area in Jisr al-Shughur. In Hasaka, the Army's engineering units have dismantled a car bomb with huge amounts of explosives next to the Teachers Union building. Police sources said that a stolen Hyundai was parked in front of the Teachers Union building, loaded with about 300 kilos of TNT and C4, equipped in Iraq. And during a number of military operations, army units eliminated 70 terrorists after targeting their hideouts in Salah ad-Din and Ninawa areas. Local sources added that the 5th Brigade cleansed Al-Jumhuriya area, killing 38 terrorists and dismantling 7 booby-trapped houses, whereas the unit from Baghdad Operations Command raided areas in the capital's northwest, arresting a number of terrorists specialized in training suicidal terrorists, planting explosive devices, and assassinations. Welcome back. The Sunday Times revealed in a report that large numbers of foreign terrorists, especially British and Germans, are fighting alongside the terrorists in Manbij city to the north of Syria. The newspaper reported a citizen that called Ahmed Rashidi as saying Manbij city is full of foreign terrorists, especially British, pointing out that he had met tens of those terrorists in the town. The paper clarified that Rashidi, who went to Syria looking for his twin that fled from Manchester City to Manbij town, said that he could hear both languages, English and German, all the time, where you can feel like you are in London or small Berlin. The UN's envoy to Syria, Staffan de Mistura, has discussed in Brussels with the EU's foreign ministers the situation in Syria and the support needed to implement his plan of freezing fighting in Aleppo. In a press conference held in London, de Mistura detailed his plan to freeze fighting in some areas, starting from Aleppo, pointing out that his plan was to halt all military operations in Aleppo. De Mistura concluded by saying that all international sides were convinced that what is going on in Syria would lead to nowhere, resulting in more suffering for the Syrian people. Indian police have detained a man from Bangalore province on charges of collaborating with ISIS and promoting its activities via social websites. Police commissioner in Bangalore said that the 24-year-old young man is an engineer who has been under interrogation by the Indian police on charges of backing ISIS and posting thousands of emails to pursue young men to join ISIS. According to a Turkish newspaper, a Turkish imam has joined ISIS, adding that Tahsin Beykara had left his village 5 months ago to join ISIS in Syria. The Turkish Deputy Prime Minister has confirmed that the news, adding that what has been said by the villagers was true. The Syrian singer Hazem Sharif won the first place in the Arab Idol TV show, which is one of the most famous shows in the Arab world, in its 3rd season after getting the majority of votes in the final show.
شاركونا على المسرح وائل مرسي أحلام وحسن. أما هيثم وماجد بالتوفيق لكم لأن أنتم طبعا صرتوا نجوم ومشواركم ما انتهى هون أبدا.
With this we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Serena, but after a short break.
Good afternoon. The central bank stopped the credit facilities in the Syrian pound in order to stop the speculation on its price. On the other hand, the bank will give cash insurance in foreign currencies starting from this month. The central bank announced that this arrangement will keep the stability of the prices and achieve the goal of ongoing interventions and provide foreign exchange to meet the market needs and to stop the bank agents from using the cash credit facilities and speculate the lira exchange rate. The bank asserted that these indirect facilities are still available in the working banks, which allowed dealing with the foreign exchange without any modification, including the guarantees and credit granted in exchange for foreign currencies. Under the title Organic Agriculture, our experts' quality is in our hands. The Agricultural Ministry, in cooperation with the Syrian Exporters Union, organized the first national symposium for the organic production. The lecturers discussed ideas about the agricultural and organic food production and its role in filling the increasing food gap, in addition to its high economic role in raising the exports through entering the international markets and competing them, pointing out to the positive effects of the organic production on the economic and environmental situation in Syria. Just before the Federal Reserve Board meeting, which will be held next week, the Turkish lira fell to its lowest level against the dollar in the last 11 months. Economics experts said that this reduction is due to the interest rates and the very high inflation, while the Central Bank of Turkey refrained from the interest rates cut during the last month, noting that this may increase the inflation problem. The Russian PM stressed his confidence in the Russian economy, calling the Russians to be patient and not worry about the future. During an interview with the Russian TV, Medvedev said that Russia had experienced the crisis before, but the ruble was offsetting its losses back. After this, so the most important thing now is to look confidently to the future of Russia and be optimistic. And now over to some main currencies exchange rates according to the bulletin of the Central Bank of Syria. With this, we conclude our economic news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.